What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, is it gonna be an awesome freaking day. So guys, welcome back, and happy Temper Tuesday. So out of all the mods you voted on from last week's episode, this is the one that won. But don't forget, down there in the comment section, vote 1, 2, or 3, or check out the poll in the top right hand corner to see which mod we're voting on for next week's episode. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the Reaper Paladin armor. Now this armor is very similar. In fact, it's made by the same exact mod author who has made the Reaper Knight armor that we looked at either last week or the week before. I can't remember, all the showcases are blending together in my head, but notice the differences from this one and the one before. Now the Reaper Knight armor that we looked at a couple weeks ago, it actually came with a couple weapons as well. But the armor with this one, I think, looks so much better. Now, they're based off of the same kind of model and kind of the same, I guess, base of the armor, you know? But this one has its own subtle differences, one of which is not so subtle, starting with the frickin' Sauron-esque helmet that is adorning my head now. This thing just looks so deadly, and I love it so damn much. There's one thing that I love about helmets like this, and it's just the fact that if this was a statue, I think I'd be shitting my pants if I saw this coming towards me, but you know, that's just me. But it looks very almost Game of Thrones-esque with, you know, maybe just a little bit of a dip into like the White Walker, you know, look and all sorts of that stuff. I'm not sure, that could just be me, but it also reminds me a lot of the what is it, the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings, if I'm not mistaken. That's what they're known from, but mainly Sauron, obviously, from Lord of the Rings. But the armor itself, like I said, is very reminiscent of the one that we looked at a little while ago, but with its own subtle differences. It looks as if these big plates that you see on the shoulder and the elbow right there, they're really, really nice looking. That, and we also have these gauntlets that are very reminiscent of one of the Dark Souls armors that we've actually looked at before, which is really, really cool. And if I had to guess, I'd say this is from Dark Souls, but I'm not sure if it's from something or if it is, you know, an original construction. But the one thing that I do love about this armor is that it is only the armor, you know. Instead of it being a Temper Tuesday with an armor and a weapon, we're actually just taking a look at the good old armor. Now, the armor can indeed be forged inside of the smith. It can be forged in the Ebony section, if I'm not mistaken. It's in one of the sections in the smithing area. It's probably best to have 100 smithing just in case. But it can also be found in Hamvir's Rest near Whiterun. Now, Hamvir's Rest is not where I got my armor from, but we can certainly look for it on the map together. That way we all know where it's at. So we have Bleakwind Basin, Whiterun Stables. Let's see, it's around here somewhere. It's probably one of these little caves, if I had to guess. But it said it's around Whiterun, so that's what you're going to want to look for. Let's see, I don't know where exactly it would be, but it says, there it is, Hamvir's Rest. Look at that. So, Whiterun being right here, Hamvir's Rest being right there. So you guys can go ahead and travel to that and find it for yourself. But it is fully temperable, and I believe if it's temperable, it's fully enchantable. Now, this armor is something that I would use if I was trying to play as kind of like a necromancer. And hear me out on this. The Liches of Skyrim, you know, kind of similar to the Dragon Priests, I feel they have this look about them that this armor can really portray. And if you play with the, what is it, the Undead, I think it's the Undead mod. I did a playthrough of that during my Let's Play, but when you can become a Lich, I think this armor suits that playstyle really, really well. Not to mention being a necromancer or anything like that would look really, really cool. So if you're wondering what the blade is that I'm holding, it's just the Ebony Greatsword. I thought it matched pretty well, and Daedric just didn't look right, but I think overall, the ornateness of the armor and the high-resolution textures are incredible. This would look better, or I think it would look great on a person, but it would look even better perched up on an armor mannequin. Now let's see. Is there any more things that we need to see? Let's see if any, like, daylight or any clear weather will help us see it better. Let's take out the Ebony Greatsword once again, and we can get a little bit of a closer look. You can see some more of the colors. It's a very muted gray, which is kind of nice, but that's why I thought it looks like stone. So hear me out on this. It's got a very stone-like, you know, structure to it with the shoulders, the hands, the fingers, the gauntlets. They all look like they're just made out of rocks, and I think that's kind of cool. That's why I said if this was a statue, it would be a very terrifying looking statue. But overall, I think the armor is a nice departure from the Reaper Knight armor, but the Reaper Paladin armor is really, really cool too. But there's actually one more helmet that comes with it. So you have the entire set of armor right here with the statistics of 46 armor right here, 17 armor right there, 23 23 armor right there and 17 armor right there, but the Reaper Paladin helmet is another helmet, but I don't like it nearly as much, mainly because it kind of looks like you just put a conch shell on your head and drilled out a couple eye holes, and then you have room for your nose. Either that, or it looks like the mask the King of Bones from Game of Thrones wears up in the north with the wildlings. I don't know. It's not a very cool looking helmet, but you can actually combine a lot of the things from the Reaper Knight armor and add some stuff to this armor and make it look really, really cool. I think they're both mods that are, you know, good to have in the load order, but this helmet is just the coolest. Oh my god, it's just the coolest freaking helmet ever. So, guys, with that being said, I do believe that's everything that this mod has to offer, and let me know down there in the comment section what you guys would use this for. Would you use it as like a Daedra worshiper? Would you use it as, you know, a commander of the undead? Would you use it as just an armor mannequin piece? Let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking, because I, for one, would have this front and center at the entrance to my house on a big armor mannequin. So, guys, I very much hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you in the next video.